Welcome back, everybody, to another Love and Action Daily Boost program. I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your days. And how you feel about your loved and lovable nature and how you relate to being loved and lovable is going to determine your entire future. And I hope that your future is bright, joyous, and secure. Every Sunday, I'm joined by the fabulously talented Tara Paolo. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, folks. I will first introduce my sidekick, who you cannot see, but you can probably hear stomping around on paper bags back there. That's my kiddo Piper, and you're going to hear that. I did put the piano on soft mode, so hopefully we won't have too much accompaniment.
The piano has soft mode?
Yeah, it's got a soft pedal, so you just like press down the soft pedal, and then the piano is quieter.
Does your soft pedal like engage in where you can
Yeah,
leave it
yeah,
on?
you can, yeah. Here you go. Do you want a bracelet? There you go. You can't have this, though. You can't have that. I'm Tara Paolo. I am your resident Black, biracial, multi-passionate musician. I talk about the ish that nobody wants to talk about and push you to do the same. I am here to talk about the root and grounding ourselves, and Lord, do I need grounding today. So I'm excited to do today, because I need it, girl.
We all need grounding today, and it is week 46 of the year. We're heading towards week 52. It'll be here in no time. And this week's theme is love's eternal impact. That's the month theme. This week's theme for the week is love through generations, celebrating intergenerational love. Love through generations, celebrating intergenerational love. And of course, it's the root chakra. The root chakra is all about safety, family, and foundations. And part of today's theme is all about grounding in ancestral love and family roots. Here are the first 5 questions. What family stories or traditions make you feel most connected to your lineage? What family stories or traditions make you feel most connected to your lineage? How has your family history shaped your sense of safety and belonging? How has your family history shaped your sense of safety and belonging? Which ancestors or elders do you feel most spiritually or emotionally rooted in? Which ancestors or elders do you feel most spiritually or emotionally rooted in? How did your childhood home influence your ideas about love and stability? How did your childhood home influence your ideas about love and stability? And my last question is, what intergenerational patterns of survival or resilience do you honor today? What intergenerational patterns of survival or resilience do you honor today?
Shall I answer one?
Sure, if you'd like.
I'm going to do which ancestors or elders do you feel most spiritually or emotionally rooted in? Definitely my grandma that passed in May. My Auntie Hazel, I feel like I've talked about all these people on this podcast before. Okay, I put the piano on silent mode and the kid found the guitar. Hashtag struggles of a music teacher, okay? Pipey Hendrix. That's what Papi Suze calls the kid. Yeah, the book is better to play with right now. Thank you. But don't tear it. That's a nice book. That's a music book. Yeah. My Auntie Hazel, my Uncle Lonnie, who passed when I was like 10. Not like 10. I was 10. Yeah, those I would say are like my top 3. I'm like lucky and unlucky that like I haven't had so many people pass in my life that I was like super, super close to, but my dad's family is pretty large. So there have been a lot of deaths. I just wasn't like close to a ton of them. Because my daddy is the youngest of 10. So there's that. Yeah. Did you want to answer any of those first 5 before I read 6 through 10?
My grandma, actually not my grandma, my great-grandmother Rosa was a singer in the good old AME Zion Church in the rural south of Virginia. She was a soloist. And often when I feel like I need an extra bit of energy on stage, I will conjure her. She was a very loud woman, had a very big, billowing voice. And when I need to be big and billowy in the ways in which I perform and press my aura into the edge of the universe, I call on her. I also have a dear friend from my childhood, Robin Jones, who made me feel really safe as a queer kid in Virginia in my difference. Even though we never spoke about it because kids don't know if they're queer or not, she could tell that I was unique and sensitive in my own special way. And she honored that sensitivity in a world that even to this day doesn't always seek to honor our sensitivities. And so she is an ancestor that lives with me and in me. And I really do appreciate both of those women for being kind. My great grandma Rosa always insisted that I be fed a really hearty meal. You're starving that child. You're starving those children. Let him eat something, And so food was love for her. Music was love for her. Sacred music was love for her. And Robin took time with me until, as you probably know, she was ultimately murdered, which is trauma. But the love is what has remained after all these years. And I'm sure in the future, a significant portion of the work I do on stage will be in their loving memory.
Yeah.
Are you ready to do the next
I
5
am.
questions?
I am. Just making sure the kid is not going to eat the chapstick. It might be toxic, friends. Okay, 6 through 10. How can you release any inherited fears or limitations about security and provision? How can you release any inherited fears or limitations about security and provision? What physical spaces help you feel most connected to your family or heritage? What physical spaces help you feel most connected to your family or heritage? How do you currently nurture the younger generation in your family or community? How do you currently nurture the younger generation in your family or community? In what ways can you build new roots that align with both your heritage and your truth? In what ways can you build new roots that align with both your heritage and your truth? What does home mean to you at this stage of life and legacy? What does home mean to you at this stage of life and legacy? Did you want to stab at any of those while my dog child screeches?
I certainly will. I'm going to do question number 8. How do you currently nurture the younger generation in your family or community? Caden was just in here in the previous live. I said, do I know you personally? And he said, yes, Dr. Flo, you know me from outside. This is a kid that I encountered walking through the neighborhood. We encountered each other taking out the trash. And I told him, I was like, yo, you're going to be doing chores for the next 20 years, making the bed, washing the dishes, taking out the trash, and get used to it. We have really awesome conversations, and I feel like he is representative of an age of humans who could be my kids, and they all become my kids, and they all deserve to know that they are worthy of love, that they are loved, lovable, and that their dreams can come true if they keep working at it. And that's one of the ways that I currently nurture the younger generation in my family and community. And what does home mean to me in this stage of life and legacy? I create a feeling of home everywhere I go. I choose to create a sense of what Beyonce would call cozy energy if I'm in the dollar store or the grocery store or in a clubhouse space, or no matter where I go, I'm able to find the seat of my soul inside and be at home because I'm so well acquainted with my I am energy and my I am presence, which is what Root Chakra Day is all about. When you know who you are, when you know who you are and you're confident about who you are, you can create a home environment anywhere and everywhere. And here comes our black cat friend. Poppy Water has made a black cat
Hi,
friend.
11
It
or
is the spirit
midnight.
of 11.
Wasn't 11 supposed to like transition into being midnight once he got older or something? There was
I,
some like transition thing that Poppy talked about like twice. I did listen. I just don't remember.
what I know is that we had a black cat that was best friends with Poppy in North Carolina. And now we have a black cat that's here that comes over to say hi all the time. And Poppy has given this cat turkey from the kitchen now. And so we're fast friends and we will always be friends. The way to any creature's heart is usually through their stomach. So my
Usually.
friend is waving at me right now, and he knows that I'm one of the happy humans on the block, and that makes me feel so good. Do you want to take a stab at the questions?
I'll do number 7. What physical spaces help you feel most connected to your family or heritage? Definitely my grandma's lake. We almost went up there, but it was too cold. It was snowing this morning, you guys, in northern Minnesota. And actually, it's still lightly snowing here in Minneapolis because it decided that it was winter today. I love the Twin Cities. I so love living in Minnesota. So my grandma's lake, and then also the house seat that my dad lives on right now. Visiting there is always really a comfort to me. There's a lot of history on that land. So yeah, yeah. Those are my 2 places. I don't really know. Let me I feel like there was one other. Oh, how can you release any inherited fears or limitations about security and provision? I feel like we talk about this in the daily peer support rooms an awful lot. And Dr. Flo has brought in a kind of new mantra, newer to the group, which is new patterns, new strengths, new relationships. And I think that's a really great answer to that particular question, because all a inherited fear or limitation is a belief pattern that you have chosen to believe in. So by creating new things, and that's a child, y'all. The camera's not going to fall. Um, by creating new things, then we are able. Well, it might fall. Then we're able to kind of release some of those ideas of limitation or ideas of fear that perhaps someone else has given us. Or our families have
I
given
do
us.
know, and one of my current mantras that I always say, like Polly wants a cracker on the internet, is ask for help and do not stop asking until you get it. It's from Les Brown. Ask for help and do not stop asking until you get it. And this is connected because one of the inherited fears and limitations that I have from my family unit of origin is that no one's going to help me meet my needs. And the truth is that there are people everywhere who want to help us meet our needs. And so I release that inherited fear and limitation by understanding that if I ask for help and I keep asking for that help, someone is going to help eventually. There is someone who wants to help that is aligned exactly with my area of need. That's why it's important to know what your needs are. I would encourage everybody listening on the podcast later, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast or Google Podcast, or if you're catching this on YouTube, Make a list of your top 10 needs. Be very clear about what you need, and then start working with either your critical thinking mind or ChatGPT or your preferred AI to say, yo, help me plan out the best way to meet my needs or to find people who want to help me meet my need. It will work. It will work. It will work out for you. It will work out for us all. Any closing thoughts?
I liked that it said legacy. Got me thinking about legacy. Y'all, just the light is something today. Um, the new light director is Pipey Hendricks is. Oh, I'm so sorry if any of you have like migraine triggers or anything like that. Please turn off your video. Because that, wow. Yeah. Anyway, I like that it mentioned legacy. Um, and that legacy could be right now, right? Like at this stage of life and legacy. So not only are you building legacy out, but you are experiencing legacy in the moment. What? Here? Is this what you want? No? Okay. Well, there's that. Some people are never satisfied. Like babies.
We thank you all for tuning in today to Root Chakra Day. We join together as a team on Sunday to root in the I am energy. On Monday, we'll be talking about I feel. Tuesday, I do. Wednesday, I love. Thursday, I speak. Friday, I see. And Saturday, I know and understand. And for those of you who travel with us through time this week, we're going to cover all of the chakras through the framing of intergenerational love. And I hope that we see you. If you want to catch up on what we've been doing for the last 104 weeks on the podcast, that's available at our Substack, which is linked through our link in bio. On behalf of Poppy Water 33, Tara Parolo Studio, and myself, Ask Dr. Flo on all platforms, thank you so much for stopping in. For those of you who came to the live taping today, you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be loved and lovable. And we invite you to stay in your joy and stay in your power. Do not let these people take your joy and your hope and your peace and your love from you. You're worthy of being happy just for today in this moment, no matter what's going on. And I hope that we see you again sometime soon. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Take care.